once again to all our friends, viewers, and stakeholders of iGreyhound. This is your Thursday habit because here we are again on Channel 6 of Phil Products TV Dumaguete, viewing what we have always been truly excited for each week as we go about our duties here at Foundation University. My name is Cecile Genove, but this time the tables are going to be turned because, you will know later, because we are relaunching what we would like to call as a branch of iGreyhound. We call this as Speak 101, a student-led program or show here at Foundation University, spearheaded by the Broadcast Communication Department of the College of Arts and Sciences of Foundation University. So may I introduce, she should be called as the host because this is the relaunching, this is the pilot episode of Speak 101. She is a very active student leader on campus. In fact, she was recently elected as the president of the Negros Oriental Junior Philippine Institute of Accountants, Federation of Junior Philippine Institute of Accountants. She is also the president of the College of Business Administration Student Government, among many other positions that she has been holding. She is active both in extracurricular and co-curricular activities on campus, and she is in her third year as an accountancy student of the College of Business Administration. And yes, last but certainly not the least, the reigning Hara sa FU. So friends, it is truly my honor and privilege to share the limelight with no less than the reigning Hara sa FU, Miss Hana Kesiah Jane Real. Hi, Miss Hara.
Hello, Ma'am Cecile. Good day, and thank you so much for gauging our invitation, Ma'am Cecile, to have this interview with you, Ma'am Cecile. And it's such an honor for me, and of course, I'm overwhelmed, Ma'am Cecile, that this time, Ma'am Cecile, I'll be the one to interview you.
Yeah, so that's the twist, friends. Yes.
How does it feel, Ma'am Cecile, to sit on that sofa, Ma'am Cecile? Because once, ladies and gentlemen, Ma'am Cecile, diri gud siya sige sa ako ang seat gapong ko. And now that the table has turned, Ma'am Cecile, how does it feel?
You know, Han, I feel like I'm the co-reigning Hara sa FU as well. My gosh, no? And truly, I am excited. I don't know how the show will run, but believe it or not, this is the very first time that I am going to be interviewed. Oh, but do not let it pressure you. No?
Wow, Ma'am Cecile, another achievement of me, Ma'am Cecile.
Yes, right, right.
Okay, Ma'am Cecile. So I have read your profile, Ma'am Cecile, and I've seen there that you have been an educator, a master in arts, of course, a doctor of education, Ma'am Cecile. And you've been also working in the media industry for more than 4 decades.
Yes.
You are a public speaker, a communication consultant, and of course, a host, Ma'am Cecile, especially in iGreyhound, Ma'am Cecile. I'm so curious, Ma'am Cecile, who is Ma'am Cecile behind the camera?
Oh, wow. Let me see. What you see is actually what you get, Han. So if the viewers or you yourself would see me as a gregarious person, a very friendly and accommodating individual, even among my students, I am like this. I cannot put up a front or maybe put on a mask just because I am facing the camera. So what you see is what you get. I am this way. If you see me in this particular situation or in this particular manner on camera, by all means, when we get out of the studio, when we see each other on campus or wherever we may be, I am the gregarious, the loud, if I should say this, individual that you can always approach.
But despite the fact, Ma'am Cecile, that you are like accomplished woman, Ma'am Cecile, no, you've achieved so much in life, and I think na as a student, me myself would definitely not intimidated because intimidation is not a good word, but then I'm very much overwhelmed Ma'am Cecile, no, because the difference like sa you in person and in camera, Ma'am Cecile, is quite dili ko siya maglagyo because I've met you and we've talked already and we've made conversations already, Ma'am Cecile. I gathered some information, Ma'am Cecile, no, that you're also working in with your articles and columns that already posted, Ma'am Cecile, published in national magazines, regional and even communities, including the Negros Weekly and Negros Now Daily, Ma'am Cecile. How were you able to squeeze everything, Ma'am Cecile, like your time, and still have that excellent work, excellent quality of work at the end of the day?
You know, Han, believe it or not, again, I myself could not see how I was able to squeeze everything in, no? And make sure that I do good in everything that I do. Of course, I'm not perfect. Certainly, no one is perfect. I get some bumps here and there, no? Or perhaps I have maybe committed some shortcomings here and there, but bottom line is I would like to put my best foot forward and really give my best in everything that I do. Well, in business, I think you have this phrase called time management.
Yes.
Do I practice time management? Sometimes I'm guilty of procrastination, but that's not good, no? Our students who may be listening to us, of course, procrastination is not good, but I make it a point to like devote each particular hour in a day to a particular endeavor. In other words, we have 24 hours in a day.
Yes,
By all means, I think we can squeeze in whatever activities we may have, including, of course, the fun part. What is the fun part? The fun part is to be able to speak to your students, maybe let your hair down at the end of the day after a busy day, and maybe have some coffee with friends, be with family, of course, have a nice, cozy dinner, maybe watch television. Everything should be squeezed in the time that is given to us. And I believe, Han, that only busy people have time.
Oh, I've heard that many times already, Ma'am Cecile, no? And I think na it's very important, Mang Good, especially if you are a career woman, to also ng time management, Ma'am, as what you've mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
And of course, students like me as well, Ma'am, also procrastinate, Ma'am. How much more you as an accomplished woman?
Yes. Sometimes there is beauty in procrastination. I will not entirely say that when you are procrastinating, you're not doing anything. For example, in your case, you're an accountancy student. It's a difficult course. It's a challenging course. You're very active in extracurricular and co-curricular activities. But along the way, I think you may also be thinking about an exam that is forthcoming. No?
Yes,
I
ma'am.
think at the back of your mind, you must be thinking of how to formulate your answers or how you would approach the questions later on. So procrastination sometimes is both good and bad. Just do not let it take the advantage. No? Just do not let it take the upper hand. So you have to make sure that procrastination in whatever we are doing is something that will amount to a positive outcome.
Yes, definitely, ma'am. There are times, Mang Good, ma'am, na I also procrastinate, right? And there are times now when there are exams and there are other activities in the organizations that I am in. Of course, I would sometimes left behind ako akong academics, and it's not good.
Yeah.
But then, ma'am, as what you've said, procrastination is sometimes good as well, because it gives me the idea and the, what you call this, sometimes the adrenaline rush, where you can have the knowledge enough to formulate things.
Yeah.
Especially that can be, that can be used in the organizations that I am in, ma'am.
Right, yeah.
And I'm very curious, ma'am, no? A student like me and a aspiring host, I really look up to you. And
You're looking very well and also doing very well, Han.
Thank you very much, ma'am. I would really commend you for that, because I've joined your workshop already. And I've learned a lot from there, from all the breathing and then the toning of voice. And thank you very much for that, ma'am. Anyways, ma'am, I would love to know how your success has made you, ma'am. Like, how are you able to manage all of your success lang, ma'am, no? Because there are a lot of people out there who di man siya maingon, but then success, Mang Good, ma'am, is somehow would change the person's personality.
Okay. I hope, well, success is relative, no? I may not even consider myself as really successful in the truest sense of the word. In fact, I'd like to describe myself, well, yes, success, I may have achieved a certain point in my career where you would say I have been successful, no? Maybe I can say I have been successful perhaps in the way I have reared my children, no? Perhaps I have been successful in the fact that I have met a lot of students, met many of them who are now well placed. But as far as I'm concerned, success is something that I am still working at until this point in my career or in my life. I'd like to describe myself as a lifelong learner. I think you may have heard that particular phrase as well. I still study, of course, even at this point. And in fact, teachers should always study.
Yes.
Whatever situation they may be in and whatever phase in their lives they may be in. In fact, more so if you're a teacher, especially if you are an active teacher, because you have to constantly address the needs of the times.
Yes,
you have to
ma'am.
keep abreast also with the needs of your students. So success is relative. No, I'd like to consider this as something that I may have achieved, but I'm still working at it. There are still so many things to achieve, Han,
And rooms
really.
for improvements, ma'am,
Yes,
as well.
right.
In
Exactly.
terms of success, ma'am, I think that I saw it in your profile, ma'am, no? Like the speech textbook that you have
yes,
co-authored with.
Yes.
I'm very curious, ma'am, what was written in the communications in the changing times, ma'am? I mean, the wordings you used there, what inspiring words you've written there, ma'am.
Yes. Actually, the textbook that you had mentioned, Communication in the Changing Times, has been used by many communication schools all over the Philippines as far as basic communication is concerned. It's a book that I had co-authored with my colleagues in another university, but I also singularly authored a textbook on feature writing, feature writing for Filipinos. No? In the communication textbook, I think many of the items that were outlined there would pertain to how we can enrich our skills in oral communication, because that is very specific. It's for oral communication, it's for basic oral communication. But in the feature writing for Filipinos textbook that I have singularly authored, there are many things to learn about writing. So in other words, Communication in the Changing Times is an oral communication book, and feature writing for Filipinos is for written communication. So if we can perhaps have, read both books, then it would certainly enrich you both in oral as well as written communication.
Is the written communication featured in Filipino, ma'am? Was it written as well in Filipino, or
No,
was it written in English?
in English, yeah, in English. But the title, Feature Writing for Filipinos, in other words, it is, it's adapted to the needs of the Filipino audience.
Okay.
No? Yeah.
You've catered the Filipino audience.
Yes.
Okay, I see. I'm sorry for that, ma'am. I
Yes.
just clarified.
That's fine.
Thank you very
There are
much.
many feature writing textbooks that are authored by international individuals, but this one authored by a Filipino who is me, and it is geared towards the needs of the Filipino audience, very specific. Yeah.
Wow, Ma'am Cecile, that was really amazing, Ma'am Cecile. You were able to publish those books, Ma'am Cecile. I really love to read those, Ma'am Cecile.
Yes.
Maybe in the sometime in the future.
Yes, very soon,
Ma'am
very
Cecile.
soon.
I'm going into, Ma'am Cecile, your industry that you are with, especially that you're already working with it for more than 4 decades, Ma'am Cecile. What was the root behind taking this industry or this field, Ma'am Cecile? I mean, your motivation, your inspiration during that time.
You know, Han, as far back as I can remember when I was yet in the elementary grades, no? I come from Cagayan de Oro City, so I grew up there. I was born in Cagayan de Oro, I grew up there, had my elementary as well as my secondary education in Cagayan de Oro City. As far back as I can remember, my mother would scold me because there are times when I would sacrifice studying my lessons and would prefer to read a book, or would prefer to scribble some notes on my notepad. So as far, I cannot remember a time when I would shift to another hobby except reading and writing. So I suppose that would have that would have been my motivation, as well as my interest that was spurred because of that particular hobby, if we can call it a hobby as such, no? And my late father, who worked in Vietnam as a military person, also was instrumental in my interest in books and writing. Each time he would come home from a trip, he would bring not dolls, no? Usually girls would love to have dolls or toys and
Yes,
so on.
Ma'am Cecile.
Yes, but he would bring books, loads of books. And of course, if you're a small child, I don't know, no one really taught me to love reading books and so on. It's just that perhaps I grew up in an environment where books are simply just to my taking. In other words, I can just take a book, read it, and so on. So somehow I have cultivated that habit over the years. But I don't want to look at myself as a nerdy individual, no. But maybe I can describe myself as a bookworm. I really love to read from the very first time that I had known how to read,
Yes.
and then consequently write. Thus, there was no other recourse. I think there was no other way by which I will be able to choose my course in college except journalism. So I took up journalism as my degree program.
So, if I may say, Ma'am Cecile, journalism has been your first love ever since.
Yes, I have to say that. It's my first love, really, and until now.
And you actually graduated from that field, Ma'am Cecile.
Yes, right.
Okay, Ma'am Cecile. So, my question would go to what message can you give to our televiewers, Ma'am Cecile, our viewers right now, Ma'am Cecile, who was not able to take up the course of their first love, Ma'am Cecile, unlike yours?
Yes. You know, I have met quite a number of students, Han, who are enrolled in a particular course, not necessarily my students, no, students or young people in general, who I have asked about the course that they are currently taking. And once I strike a conversation with them, then I find out that they had loved something else, okay? But not that they are in that particular course that is not of their liking, no. It's not that way, no. But perhaps because of certain circumstances or because of certain factors, they landed in the course that they are currently taking. But they have another love, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, they probably would love something else. But
Yes, ma'am.
because of many reasons, I would have to put it that way, because of many reasons, many factors, then they are in that particular degree program. But I think this is what I'd like to tell our viewers, not only among our young people, but even among parents. If your child, for example, has the potential for something that they are actually preparing for or that they actually love, then let them proceed, no? And then let them like take that course that they want. However, if our parents, of course, our parents know best, no?
Yes, ma'am.
If our parents would not really compel, no, I do not want to use that word. If our parents would advise, ayan, that's the better word, would advise their children to take up a particular course, again, because of certain reasons, then let them do it, no? The kids also, the students perhaps, just obey what your parents tell you, and then later on, after you have finished that particular course that you are in, then you can proceed to something,
to something that you love.
Exactly, is. And I have met many young people who have done that, no? They finished a particular 4-year degree program, and because they still loved a particular endeavor or a particular field, then they enrolled, no? So they took a second course.
Coming from you, Ma'am Cecile, I believe that you also have your children as of the moment. So did you advise your children as well to take the same course as yours?
You mean journalism,
Yes,
or
ma'am.
something? Actually, our family and our children have minds of their own. I have 3 boys, so I really could not tell them what to take, no? So I supported them in whatever endeavor they would like to go into. But my eldest son is a business computer applications graduate, and the 2 younger brothers, my 2 younger sons, are business administration graduates.
Wow.
Yes, but not in any situation or not in any particular time did I influence them to take such. It was their own choice, and I think they loved, of course, no, the course that they are in, because they are, thank God, no, they are doing well in the courses that they have chosen.
Definitely, ma'am. No, it's very important that our parents supports us,
Yeah.
especially to every track or whatever course we wanted to take. just like me, ma'am, I am with this course,
Yeah.
accountancy, but then you cannot see me as an accountant, ma'am, especially because I'm also like this, like I love
Yes,
talking, I love
yes.
socializing with
That's
people.
good. That's
But
good.
then, as at the end of the day, I will go back to my room and then
Yes.
read my books and
Of
become
course.
the accountancy student
Yes.
I was always be.
Yeah, yes, of course, yeah. You've chosen well, huh? You have chosen well.
It's for practicability, ma'am, because they always say na being an accountant, like after you graduate, you'll be able to have a high paid job.
Yes, and land a job right away.
Yes, definitely. I hope so. Godspeed, ma'am.
Yes,
Anyways, ma'am, despite your, like, what you've shared earlier and all the things that you've mentioned, ma'am, like, and also all of your works, ma'am, at the back of your mind, ma'am, was there a time like you told yourself na I wanted to have an unwind, travel the world, I mean, go places to places, and then retreat for some time.
Okay.
And then just give yourself a time to rest.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. I think I have been always recharging myself, even if I lead a very busy life. No, as you had mentioned, a busy schedule. You know, I find myself still with so much time in my hands, Han. Believe it or not, huh?
Wow.
So much time. At the end of the day, for example, I don't usually call it a day as how we call it, no? There is still so much time. So if you say, have I ever thought of unwinding? I think I've always been recharging and unwinding and relaxing. Maybe, no? Maybe. I feel that way because I still have so much time in my hands. So I think I can do much more than what is being given to me. So, so long as you really have to find time, really, in whatever things that you do.
If you may again be given the chance, ma'am, to
Okay.
travel outside the country,
Okay.
what places would you first go into?
Of course, there are so many, no? There are so many. Well, I've traveled in a few countries only in Asia, but perhaps it would be good to go to, oh my goodness, I got an invitation from a former student of mine who is now working in Jerusalem. I think that would be a nice place to visit, no? But of course, with the pandemic 2.5 years ago, and again with the demands of the job that I am currently doing, I think that will be relegated to the background. But I think Jerusalem is a good place to visit.
Anyways, ma'am, you've mentioned like the demands of your job. How does it change a long time through the pandemic, ma'am? Like, is there a big difference, like when you were working without the
Yeah.
pandemic and then now we're being struck by COVID-19?
Yes, right. You know, 2.5 years, no, is a long time to be cooped up in our homes, not allowing us to go out and perhaps meet other people.
Yes,
no?
ma'am.
And I have actually often been asked this, Han, has my lifestyle changed, no, because of the lull during the pandemic? Believe it or not, my schedule is still the same, no? Maybe, I don't know, I'm jumping the gun, but I have not delved into things that many people have been doing during the pandemic. Like, for example, I can never imagine myself to be a plantita. I cannot imagine myself being a plantita because I do not have a green thumb, no? Again, some people have gone into cooking,
Yes,
baking,
ma'am.
and so on. But if you say that has my lifestyle changed, actually they have not. I was still as busy as how I imagine myself to be today and also during the pandemic. I still like kept on doing my shows on TV, my classes, which were all digital or online or virtual, and I still found myself not having things that I would have loved to do if I did not work or something like that.
If I may address that, ma'am, like, are you blessed enough for that time or like certain na wala ra jud siya ni change sa iyong mga...
Well, change in such a way perhaps that, of course, you stay home, no? And the comfort of being in your home and being able to transact business or perhaps hold classes while being at home, perhaps in that particular way, that was a big factor, no? But in terms of schedules having gone awry, because of the pandemic and so on. I think life went on for all of us, no? We had work, and that is, I think, something that we have to be thankful for. We had work. Our lives practically did not have to change drastically, except, of course, with the restrictions that were given to us because of the pandemic.
We have to follow the protocols.
Yes, the protocols, no, stay at home and so on. Yeah, lockdown and everything.
Talking about the pandemic, Ma'am Cecile, we all know that the cases are slowly declining now, especially now, 2022. What if, Ma'am Cecile, tomorrow or might be someday, you'll wake up in the morning and then internet has stopped and you cannot do digital works already? What will be the first thing, or what work, or I mean, what sideline would you create na ba? Or sa imong buhaton, Ma'am Cecile?
Okay, heaven forbid, really, no?
Yes, ma'am.
That's going to be the end of the world already, Han. But okay, I have not really thought of what I would do in case, no? In case the internet would not be working anymore, in case we would not be able to communicate digitally to friends. Actually, that's not going to be a problem at all in journalism, Han, no? We can go physical in terms of producing the newspaper. Even if I will go back to my manual typewriter, no internet, no Wi-Fi, perhaps no laptop, no computer. I have my old reliable, believe it or not, again, I have my old reliable Remington typewriter. It's yellow. It's yellow like my dress now. Yes. Yeah, and I'll go back to writing, still writing. I cannot imagine myself not going into writing or not writing at all. But so I have my typewriter. We would still be able to produce a newspaper because we can do it by hand. We can lay out the newspaper by hand. The printing presses should still be there. Okay, the printing presses should still be there. We can go to the printing press and still have our campus paper here at Foundation published, even without the benefit of digital technology or the internet and the computers and so on. So it's not going to be the end of the world after all.
This is actually my first time, Ma'am Cecile, no, to interview such a woman na usara joy love and
Yes.
choice.
In other words, I'm quite a bore. I'm a boring person because I only know a
You're
few
actually not
things.
boring, Ma'am Cecile.
I only know a few things really, and I'm not exactly very proud of it. How I wish I could, sing. How I wish I could, like you dance. How I wish I could do many things that I admire many of our young people who are doing these things.
But actually, Ma'am Cecile, many people also admire you because of who you are. But then, Ma'am Cecile, you've mentioned earlier about the old stuff of yours. I mean, it's very, like it's old and we know na, like how to use it.
Yes,
but then we people, like the generations nowadays, we are much inclined with the new technology.
Yes.
How are you able to adapt with it, Ma'am Cecile? Especially that you're also working in the media industry.
Yes, right. So yeah, I mentioned my old reliable typewriter.
Yes,
I type fast, I type fast. I think business students should be able to use the keys very well, no?
I mean,
on the computer.
The laptop itself, Ma'am.
Oh yes,
like
the laptop,
the new digital one.
Yeah, and then the touch system is how we call it when we type. So perhaps we are blessed, if that would be the correct word. We are blessed to have straddled, no, between the traditional and the new technology that we have now. There are many things that we can take advantage of as far as the technology that many people have enjoyed before and the now. But I love the new technology that we have now, I love what the computers can do to us. Like it makes our writing easier. Communication is easy. Also in terms of correcting our write-ups or our articles, it's now faster. We can send it via email or other means of technology. But I would like young people, our students in general, to be able to merge the traditional ways by which we communicate and the new ones. Not that we forget what the previous technology that we had enjoyed as well can do to us. So like your example, what if there wouldn't be any power? Example, no? What if there wouldn't be any power? And in certain parts of the country, there are schools that may enjoy power only at a certain time, no? Or maybe they would not be able to have the power until the entire time of the day. So what would they do? Would they stop learning if that is going to be the case? So they go back to the basics, so to speak, no? So learn how to use the typewriter, maybe learn how to write by hand, no? On your pad paper and using your pencil or ball pen. So it's not going to be the end of the world after all.
Yes,
I will have
definitely,
to take that back. Yeah.
It's kinda kuan lang sa mga new generation because the traditional way of like the press, the media industry, ma'am, the communication itself, even the educational system has changed a long time. And because of that, like the traditional way is being buried, my good ma'am, and we are now being inclined to this really fast and fast transition of our technology, ma'am.
Yes.
And yes, ma'am, thank you very much for sharing that because I'm quite amazed that you still have those.
I have it. Yes, I should bring it here one of these days, no?
One day I'll be able to see it, ma'am, and be able to use that type of typewriter, ma'am.
Yes.
Because after all, I was born in Gen Z, and now we're using laptop and then touch screens, cell phones.
Right, my gosh, no, yeah. All of these technology really are very helpful, and I love this technology. I love to use Messenger. I love, a group chat is, I think, the greatest invention of all time. Our GCs, no?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah. But the technology, speaking of technology, ma'am, how does it affect the media industry as well? Because there are news, there are false information that are rampant already in the society. How does the technology engage with the media industry?
All we need to do, and I think we have very intelligent learners. The audience, also the Filipino audience, is also intelligent, hopefully, no?
Yes, ma'am.
And our teachers, of course, will have to guide our students as to how to spot the so-called legitimate sources and the credible sources, no? Especially in the field that we are in mass media, mass communication, or broadcast communication for that matter. There comes a time when we really need to know who the sources are, no? So a basic tenet would be not to share any piece of information that you are not in fact sure of, no?
Yes,
where did this come from? Did I get it through hearsay? Is this coming from gossip? Who is the person who is propagating this particular information? Can I believe him or her? Is he or she credible? So if you cannot get the affirmative answers to those questions, then better keep it to yourself, no? So as not to add to what we call as the proliferation of fake news today.
Well, Ma'am Cecile, because I have seen, especially in Facebook, Ma'am Cecile, because it's actually the worldwide used app, and I have seen there are a lot of posts, Ma'am Cecile, fake. It might be fake or it might be true, but then at the end of the day, it's the person's personal opinions. Was it good, Ma'am Cecile, in your own words, Ma'am Cecile, was it good to share your emotions as well through social media? Because they were able to have that right, Ma'am Cecile, no? To share their emotions. But then sometimes we tend to forget that we hurt feelings of others. But then at the end of the day, you're always thinking of yourself. So was it good, Ma'am Cecile, to share your opinions and statements online?
Yes. Again, we cannot dictate on what people may do, no? The social media is out there for everyone's taking, no? And in fact, some people may say, it's my wall. Isn't it that some people say it this way, it's my wall, respect my wall, no? So they have the liberty to put anything that they may wish. It's their wall after all, no? So in terms of articulating your feelings on Facebook or on social media. In fact, many celebrities do that, no? Even government officials do that. They articulate, they are very vocal about their views. And of course, so much more with ordinary individuals. I think this would pertain to one's emotions,
yes,
no? If you are heated up or if you are very emotional at that particular moment, or if you are really burning with anger, for example, maybe we have to discipline ourselves, no, and say, oh my, I have to restrain myself from an outpouring of emotion, so that, as what you have said, Han, you don't hurt other people's feelings, no. So in terms of like sharing, overly sharing, it's good to also share.
Yes,
no? It's good to share, but I would like to say that share something that is always positive.
Yes, ma'am.
Share something that is happy,
Influential and inspiring.
influential and inspiring. Yes, those are very good words. Those are very powerful words, no? And so long as you are able to do that, I think the world is going to be a better place to live in, no? Because I believe in the power of social media. It's a good tool, no? But it's a tool. Don't let it overpower you, or don't let yourself be a slave to social media.
As much as I wanted to talk to you more, Ma'am Cecile, because it's such a good thing to talk to a journalist like you, Ma'am Cecile. But then, I think that we only have a few minutes left.
Okay, yeah.
We'll be having our, like, this is the exciting part, Ma'am
Oh,
Cecile.
wow.
I've prepared so much for this.
Yes, okay.
We'll be having our fast talk.
Wow, I love fast talk, yes.
Okay, Ma'am Cecile. You just have to pick one, Ma'am Cecile.
Okay.
Swimwear, evening gown.
Evening gown.
True love, world peace.
True love.
Greatest hero of all time.
Hero. Oh my. Oh dear. Oh, greatest hero of all time. Perhaps the underprivileged.
What makes you kilig, Ma'am Cecile?
Kilig, oh my, I should be careful. What makes me kilig? Oh dear. Should I say it openly?
Yes.
Oh, well, of course. Oh dear. I'm really kilig already with that question. If someone, I will not say, well, okay. If my hubby tells me that I am beautiful this time.
Definitely, Ma'am. Even me will makilig po kwa, Ma'am
Am I
Cecile.
blushing? I think I am blushing.
I think that I will not ask this, but then
Oh, dear.
it's written here. So, taong hinahanap mo after a long, tiring day.
Anong hinahanap?
Taong hinahanap mo after a long, tiring day.
Well, I already said something before
Yes, ma'am.
this.
Your husband.
My husband, yes.
So, what makes you sexy, Ma'am Cecile?
What makes me sexy?
Yes.
Like now.
Oh my God, you're so sexy. You're gorgeous and stunning, Ma'am Cecile, as always.
Yes, yeah.
Love
I
you.
should not say yes, no, but I feel, attractive lang naman. Siguro now. Yeah, I'm being interviewed by Hara.
Thank you, Ma'am Cecile. Anyways, we have here lipstick or eyeshadow.
Pwedeng both?
You only have
Okay, lipstick.
heels or flat shoes.
Heels.
Oh my God.
If I can still
Tea
get away
or
with
coffee.
it. Coffee.
Favorite nickname aside from being called Cecile.
Tata.
Wow, what is your zodiac sign, Ma'am Cecile?
I'm Scorpio.
We're the same.
Really?
Actually,
November?
I'm
October?
October 30.
Okay.
I'm Scorpio.
Yeah, Scorpio.
Your favorite expression?
Expression. Oh my.
Oh my.
Yes.
That's kind of sophisticated
Diba?
expression.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Oh my.
Favorite food, Ma'am Cecile?
Favorite food, let me see. Sorry to say this because we're supposed to influence. Favorite food, junk food.
Oh my God, it's-
I'll change that, no? Because we're supposed to influence. It's bad. Okay, fried chicken.
Describe yourself in 3 words.
Oh my. Let me see. Three words. 3 only.
Yes, ma'am, 3 only.
Only 3. Okay, 1 word. Let me see. Accommodating, approachable, and oh my.
Pretty.
Forgiving.
Forgiving. I hope it was beautiful, Ma'am Cecile.
Forgiving. Those are all value-laden attributes.
For 1 word, Ma'am Cecile, what is love?
Love is 1 word only?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Wonderful.
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 Is it wonderful to have reading or writing?
Oh, both. I cannot choose one only. Those are my loves.
This
Those are
is-
the only things that I know how to do.
This is, excited, top or bottom?
Whatever it means, top,
Sweet or spicy?
sweet.
Facebook, Instagram?
Okay, Facebook.
Dancing or singing, Ma'am Cecile?
I have to choose one, no? Because I cannot do both, but I love dancing.
Let's have your black chocolate or white chocolate.
Black chocolate because they say it's healthier.
3 words of advice for young journalists, Ma'am Cecile.
3 words of advice. Okay. It's not exactly a word, but a phrase or 2 words. Number 1, be concise. Number 2, be concise. Number 3, be concise.
Wow, that was 3 phrases. Anyways, thank you, Ma'am Cecile. We have here the last and the most exciting part. You have to choose only one.
Only one. Okay, what is this?
Sir Nico or Sir Mark?
Oh my, you are putting me on a spot, huh? I will not be able to get out of this studio alive. Can I choose someone who is not here?
Ma'am Juliet.
Yeah, that's why. Anyways, can I choose someone who is not
That's
here?
the last one, Ma'am Cecile.
Okay.
Thank you very much,
I did
Ma'am
not choose them. I did not choose anyone.
It's okay, Ma'am Cecile. I just someone is laughing behind the camera as of the moment.
So I'm choosing one who is not here. Yeah.
Yes, well, thank you very much, Ma'am
Okay,
Cecile, for participating with our fast talk.
I loved it.
But Ma'am, we've come to an end. So I would like you to give a message to our televiewers, our live viewers as of the moment, to give some advice or somehow convey a message to them.
Yes. Thank you very much, Han. I truly enjoyed our fast talk, huh? And switching the tables for this particular episode. But of course, as they always say, there is always a first time. So this is my very, very first time, huh, to be interviewed on television. So anyway, yes. First and foremost, I'd like to thank all our viewers, our stakeholders, all those who have supported iGreyhound from the very start and until now, because this is truly such an honor and a happy occasion for all of us here at Foundation University. And since we have just started the first semester and looking forward for the entire school year, I'd like to say that here at Foundation University, I think I have to say this, you have found a real home. We offer various courses. I'm pretty certain that once you come to Foundation University, you would say that this is the place where you can really unleash, so to speak, your potentials, discover who you are, and spread your wings as well because of the many activities that we have here. So I'm talking about this in a general sense because now that we have come face to face with our students, we have also been interacting with one another. So we welcome all the bright ideas of our students and of course hobnobbing with our faculty and staff as well. So welcome once again to this brand new school year. So thank you very much, Hana, for this wonderful opportunity.
Yes, Ma'am Cecile. Once again, we are very much thankful to share, to have you in our show and of course to share the same floor with you, Ma'am Cecile. So this is the first time, Ma'am Cecile, to have our guest to close the show. Will you do the honors, Ma'am Cecile?
Okay, yeah. And before that, by the way, I'd like to also invite everybody, our televiewers for next episode, no? So I will be closing the show. Can you imagine that? Really, first time. There's always a first time. For everyone to support and also patronize still iGreyhound, but this time the student-led show, which will of course be handled by Hana and the rest of our students here, the Speak 101. So yes, thank you very much. So with that, friends, we bring to a close together with Miss Hana here, our reigning Hara CFU, this initial pilot episode for Speak 101 under iGreyhound. So we hope to see you again in our future episodes, still at the same time slot on Channel 6 of Phil Products TV every Thursday with replays on Fridays and Saturdays from 2 o'clock in the afternoon to 3 in the afternoon. And yes, we are also being streamed live on the Facebook pages of Foundation University and also of Channel 6 of Phil Products TV. And since I am closing the show for this particular episode, I'd like to thank once again my stylist, Miss Nicole Kalumpang of Moda 34 for the beautiful clothes on the show. Thank you very much.
The entire world has been on the cusp of its fourth industrial revolution, the era of artificial intelligence, robotics, and smart devices. Not only do these changes influence our lifestyle, They shape the future of jobs and the skill sets students must master to face what is required of them. Education 4.0 is here, and FU has your back. Deciding on whether or not to attend university, as well as which university to go to, are tough decisions to make. We're here to assure you that continuing your education at FU is well worth your while. Why? Because we focus on quality, innovation, and versatility to guarantee students the preparation they need for the real world. In 2015, the World Economic Forum reported the fluctuations in core skill sets and how they continue to change drastically. What was once demanded has faded away into automated jobs, and what is now sought for in the job force are complex problem-solving skills, emotional intelligence, creativity, and precise communication skills. People must also adapt to incorporating smart technology, robotics, and artificial intelligence in several fields now. Research has shown that the safest jobs that won't become automated anytime soon by robots are careers in creativity, innovation, and people-oriented positions. It's a huge transition the next generation has to face, and that's you. But there is no need to worry. In fact, it's time to get excited. With big change comes big opportunity, and FU has fully integrated Education 4.0 to prepare you. So what exactly is Education 4.0? It means the synthesis of smart technology to promote independent digital learning at a student's pace. Essentially, a student can learn theoretical knowledge and soft skills at home while honing practical skills face-to-face. FU already demonstrated its prepared and adaptive state by having the iPad program in place before the pandemic hit. And we managed to quickly switch to online courses for our students, unlike any other university in Negros Oriental. As Benjamin Franklin once said, failing to prepare is preparation for failure. We want every student to succeed and will do whatever it takes. We realize that job security means skill set flexibility. If you have an entire arsenal of skills at your disposal, then you can choose between a whole host of jobs upon graduation. And if you feel prepared for a new chapter in your life, you'll excel with a strong foundation of confidence. Our Foundation University Expanded Learning Program, aka FUEL, has not only allowed FU students across the Philippines to continue learning despite the pandemic from the comfort and safety of their own home. It has brought forth the opportunity to advance each student's skills with technology. It's an absolute must in the 21st century to navigate the threshold of the internet and software programs through our electronic devices. We saw our own faculty create innovative approaches for transitioning their lectures and laboratory courses online, as well as our students' ability to adapt to virtual classrooms and enhance their self-discipline. It doesn't matter if it's online or on campus. FU graduates come out on top, not only feeling more prepared than other graduates around the nation. They are more prepared. This is because our unique pedagogies break what's outdated in traditional teaching methods. We incorporate the latest webinars and workshops from experts all over the world. We make sure every student becomes fluent in the language of technology and relevant software programs for their fields of study. We emphasize constructive feedback in our courses and guarantee each class to be a safe space for discussions. We promote cross-cultural communication skills across every discipline, and we continuously update our curriculums because that's what preparation is all about. The bottom line is, we religiously adapt to keep our students ahead. There's nothing like knowing you are fully capable and ready for the job market that's at your disposal. It may seem intimidating to see the long, exhaustive list employers put out for potential candidates because they're trying to make their lives easier. So we have concentrated on making it easy for our students. We make sure that they can check off every asset on the list. The average person goes through about 12 different jobs in their lifetime. So what if an innovative education steeped in the right direction could get you there with ease? That is what FU is offering. It's not only about job opportunities. It's job opportunities for decades to come.
As a professional involved in the academe, I'd like to think that I am this sort of connecting tissue between the profession and the school. The thing is, as practicing professionals, we already know what it is we are supposed to teach. The question then becomes, how and in what capacity are we supposed to teach it? Most of the things I've learned from my students are not only from verbal conversations I've had with them. They are conversations that happen when I see their work.
Teachers are called the facilitators of learning. Well, I couldn't agree more. As facilitators of learning, we teachers act as the students' guide. However, we let the students take control of the learning process. We make sure that students learn more by exploring on their own and get actual experience of what is written in the books. In this digital age, I believe that students acquire hands-on experience or application of what is discussed in the classroom. Students should be given freedom to discover more and get out of the four walls of the classroom. This is what makes learning more meaningful.
It is fun being able to impart my knowledge to my students and making sure they learn from all our classroom discussions and applications are the many things that makes me want to learn more. To be better, not just as a teacher, but as a person. My role as a teacher does not end as an educator. It is also to be a good role model and a lighting pillar to students and fellow faculties that uphold the university's mission, vision, and to bring forth quality graduates through quality education. Actually, there are so much Foundation University can offer.